Yeah, everybody, hello and welcome to Don's Loves Ball. This is a match reaction for Man United versus Southampton. That's Man United won, Southampton won, and I'm bloody furious. I can't even express it. I literally had to I almost broke my flipping ball right now because of how fuming I was earlier on. I mean, you know what? Top four, it's gone. And if it comes back again, I mean, I've got to ask the question of Arsenal and fucking Tottenham. Are they shit or something? Because there's no ways in this current form that we deserve top four. I mean, dropping points to Southampton and Burnley, we know this team, and I even put this on my status, and I even said, despite the lineup, I hope I see a bit of Sue's today. Well, guess what? Sue wasn't even there today, and Sue should have scored in the first 7 minutes. But other than that, it's the same shit. We're so good in the first half, and then in the second half, they just disappear. I don't like. We would do very well to get top four this season. I've said to so many of my football friends that we will get top four either because Arsenal and Tottenham or whoever's around that top four area is shit. We will not get top four because we play well. I do not see us playing well. Forget about us dropping points and losing and the result. The football. I do not see us actually dominating games. I don't see us, it's always in phases. We never seem to dominate the game. We're not a 19-minute team. And if we want to be a 19-minute team, we got to dominate the game, but we don't do that. First half, you know what? Let me just say what I said, what I was thinking in the first half, because honestly, I'm really just, I can't really be angry about this, because again, I know we're shit, but, it's just, how many, like, I do want to question Rangnick a bit, because look, you keep picking the same players, and this is probably a before Ragnick thing. I mean, you keep picking the same players. It's very obvious. I didn't want Maguire to start. I mean, I didn't want Rashford to start. Whether if it's their fault that we drew this game today, I don't know. But ultimately, we are a club that picks the same players every single game. Like there are players in that team that get picked every single time, despite them playing shit. And you know what? Can I just say, fair play to Donny, fair play to Anthony Martial, because even if Martial saw that there was a new manager coming in, he saw the crap that there is in that football club. He saw it, and he forced his way out, and the club want to give put credit on themselves, but ultimately they wouldn't have done shit. They would have kept them there if Donny and Martial didn't force them their way out of the club for a loan move. I mean, really, you are, a fair play to them. I think Lindelof handed in a transfer request. Teles handed in a transfer request. Bailly handed in one. I'm convinced right now, and it's been very obvious for like the last 8 years. But I've got to say, it's very obvious that there's politics at that football club, because there's no ways that they could be the same players being picked every single time. And I wouldn't mind if it's the same players that are being picked every single time and we're actually good. But in this case, we are shit, and we've been terrible this whole season. And today it was a typical United performance in the sense of how we've been playing this season. It's just the first half was good to okay, and then the second half the battery died. I really do not understand what Ragnick tells them. I think maybe it's not Ragnick, and in fact, what am I saying? Maybe I already know what the answer is. These players are not good enough. They're not good enough. But I don't care if you bring a new manager. Some of these players have been here for 5, 6, 7 years, like I've mentioned in other match reactions. They are not good enough. They're not good enough. Again, I said to some Man United fans, I don't give a shit about Paul Pogba coming back from injury. Not because I don't have any trash on Paul Pogba, but I've seen this before where a player comes back from injury. It won't make us better. We're still the same shit team. And I've said to people, we are more than capable of going 10 games unbeaten. We can do that. Everyone's having a wank about making top four and all that stuff. I can't believe I'm talking about top four. That wasn't even the... Look, even if we get top four this season, we failed, because that was not the objective this season. The objective this season was to be in a title race, and we bloody bottled that. Today, let me just touch on the game. Today, first half, I thought we were decent. I genuinely thought it was again like Middlesbrough, like Burnley, and it was the exact same thing as, the exact same carbon copy, really. I might as well not do a fucking match reaction. I might as well just take the match reaction from Middlesbrough, Burnley, and just flip and copy and paste it, because it is exactly the same shit. We were good in the first half. We should have been at least 2 or 3-0 up, Second half, we just, we die, we just shit, I don't even want to say we shit. I don't know. Is it the mentality? Is it? It clearly is the mentality. I've literally just said we're not good enough. So it clearly is the mentality. But again, he keeps on picking these players. But yet again, we are in a position where and even if he picks the same players, like our bench is shit. I mean, Lingard and Elanga came on, and I didn't even feel any hope at all. I mean, it was just, I felt like it was like to like, really. There was no difference at all, Let me just make it tactical. So basically, first half, what the things that stood out for me was that, look, I thought that my head's gone, guys. Like, I'm really disappointed. I could just go on and on and on and on and rant about the result. But look, I do want to put some tactical insight into it. As I really thought that, we're going to be so lucky to make top 4 this season, because we cannot keep playing how we've been playing. And I blame the board. I still blame the board for not buying a CDM. Like, what we've been playing, the same players that have been picked now, I've been playing like shit since August until now. Why are they going to start playing well all of a sudden? And even if they do, I don't give a shit, because that is not the objective. And that was not our objective this season. Even if they start putting in 8 out of 10 performances this season, and as much as they do, I will big them up for that. But we failed this season anyway. We failed drastically. Not drastically, but we failed miserably, actually. We really bottled the season. We've written off the season. I don't care what happens this season. We're not winning. We're not winning a trophy. It's another trophyless season. And God, if we win the Champions League, then hell. But we're not winning a trophy this season, and we're in for a top 4 race again. It's a failure. Honestly, just a failure. And look, like I've said, certain players, put in a transfer request, because I'm telling you right now, Donny and Martial were smart. They saw that they ain't staying here for that bullshit. They got themselves a move. Same players being picked, and the same players are playing shit week in and week out. Man United fans will get gassed because one player has a good game. Like with McTominay, he played well against Burnley. BT Sports and all that lot going excited that he was man of the match. And then what? I don't care. Look at where we are in the league. We're fucking shit. He plays well one game out of like fucking 10 games. And now I'm supposed to big him up for that. I mean, we're Manchester United, for heaven's sake. We should be putting in 8 out of 10 performances for at least 10 games. And then you should have a bad game like once in a while. Like, I don't... Look, let me get to what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, look, again, I worry about that midfield. Like, every single time we tend to move the ball from back to front, it always goes through our fullbacks. It never goes through the middle. Again, midfielder. And then when it goes through the middle, Fernandes is there or Pogba is there. So Bruno Fernandes and number 10, the centre attacking midfielder, is there, to get the ball, to string that ball for that first goal. And that pass from Bruno to Rashford for the first goal we scored, it was world class. The weight of the ball, it was absolutely superb of a ball. Like, that's... Bruno does that, he's a creative player. But again, that's my problem, Why the fuck is a centre attacking midfielder coming towards a position where a CDM is and dictating the play? Why is that happening? Why is Bruno dropping in deep? That's a problem. I don't want, as much as Bruno is a technically better footballer than, I think all the foreign players in United are technically better footballers than the British players, to be honest with you. But like, as much as Bruno, and he's a good footballer, and I don't rate Scott McTominay as a good footballer. He shouldn't be there. He should not be there. And again, that just shows there's a problem. Even at times, sometimes Ronaldo dropped in deep. Like, not as much as Bruno today, but like, and number 10 is dropping in a CDM position. Like, that goal that we scored, it came from Bruno, and then Rashford obviously put it in for Sancho and we scored. I don't think McTominay's doing that. No ways, you know, and it just emphasizes, and I feel sorry for McTominay. He's not a CDM. He's not a CDM. As much as I can cuss him and all stuff, he's not a CDM. I feel sorry for them. And that's exactly my point. And that's exactly why we're going to fail this season, because we didn't buy a midfielder. And even if we did buy a midfielder and we still fail, well, then at least we could look at other reasons as to why we failed. But for now, we can't, because we don't have a midfielder, you know, and that is probably the most glaring thing in our team. You know, there are a lot of things in the team, like the mentality, obviously the club, how it's run, all that bullshit that we could go through. It'll take me forever to explain, but obviously for today's game, it was the same shit. We had chances. I mean, look, we should have scored, but honestly, even if we played well in the first half, it's a 90-minute sport. We don't dominate games. We cannot take care of the ball. We cannot at least even create loads of chances in and around our final third. Like we not our final third, their final third, sorry. But like we can't do that. We just cannot do that. We're a limited team with limited players, and we've had you know, we had leaks coming out from the club again about Rangnick's coaching, but then now I'm supposed to listen to these players talk about their coaching being dinosaur when you've won fuck all at this club. I'd rather listen to Rangnick than you bottle jobs. You've not won anything in our club. We've been shit for like the last 8 years. I'll forgive all of you, because not all of you guys have been here for like the last 8 years, but you've been here for a long time. We've been irrelevant. The only thing that you're good at is at your social medias. You are a brand and we are a franchise and we're not a football club. And now I'm supposed to listen to you talk about this guy's coaching when you're the same players who actually play and put in that shit performance. And some of you guys have been there for years, running down contracts, asking for more money, and all of a sudden now I'm supposed to listen to you shit players that you've not won fuck all, you know? No, I'm not having it. You know, I'm not having that. I'm not listening to you players who put in shit performances, and you've been here for years, and now Rangnick has only been there for 2 months, and already you're turning on him. You idiots! You absolute cretins! You're disgusting. You know, and this has nothing to do with the game today. I'm going off topic, but from the game today, that's just my worry. You know, the midfield as usual. I've already mentioned that most of the play comes to the wings. The midfield, one thing, McTominay, he doesn't drop between the centre-backs, you know, so he doesn't give Varane and Maguire an option to pass. They always have to go through Luke Shaw or Dalot. It's always, or either do a long ball. I just see on the Premier League app, David De Gea is voted man of the match. I mean, a goalkeeper's been voted man of the match again. That's a disgrace. As much as I love David De Gea, I don't like a goalkeeper being voted man of the match. He's just been voted man of the match over there. Even though I don't follow the Premier League man of the match, I rather follow United stand, but he's been voted man of the match. But a goalkeeper, again, man of the match. Look, again, one thing I noticed about McTominay, you know, McTominay, he doesn't have any discipline in the sense of tackling. Like, he bloody tackles like a rugby player. And a CDM is not supposed to tackle. Like, he's very dirty in his tackling. It's not clean. He's gotten a lot of yellow cards this season. And look, people accuse me for having an agenda against McTominay. I don't have an agenda against McTominay. I feel sorry for him, but that's all I can judge him on. He's a CDM in the team, you know, even though he's not a natural CDM, but he's a CDM. And for a CDM to be having many fouls, Fabinho doesn't have yellow cards. I mean, Fabinho, you wouldn't even notice him, you know, tackling stuff. McTominay's given too many fouls away, and a CDM should not be doing that. A CDM should be disciplined. They should be, you know, they shouldn't give away too many fouls. That's just all I'm going to say. That's just one thing I've noticed, you know. Long ball, yeah, we tend to resort to long balls. It's not a new thing. We're just a shit team. Mentality-wise, footballing-wise, you know, we've got a good manager, but then we've got players who don't want to listen to the manager. I mean, what the fuck do you expect? I mean, do you expect us to somehow play like prime Barcelona when I know very well that there's stories being leaked out every single time about, you know, honestly, I would love to know who these players are, and we just add them and we expose them, because they are undermining what we're trying to achieve at this football club, which honestly I don't even know what we're trying to achieve, because really everything is just in the air at the moment. I don't even know what our goals are this season. I mean, finish in the top 4. I mean, bloody hell, we've done that before. We know we can do that, but is that even a goal that we could look up and say, yay, we've gotten top 4? No, because we've done that. We've been in this position so many times, you know? Look, I'm going to go watch, I want to watch Chelsea in the FIFA Club World Cup, but last time I remember, they didn't even bloody broadcasted on TV. I remember when Liverpool played in the FIFA Club World Cup back in 2019. Like, yeah, they didn't broadcast it. So look, I can't really rage really, because it's just, I mean, it gets to a point where, when people give you ice cream, or when people give you dog shit, you can't turn it into chocolate ice cream, as I like to say. We're just shit, and that's just what we are, really. I'd love, what, I haven't done play ratings, David De Gea, I'd give him a 6. Varane, 6. Maguire, 5. Dalot and Luke Shaw, I'd give him a 5.5. McTominay, I'd give him a 5. Pogba, 6. Bruno, 6. Rashford, 5. Sancho, 6.5. Ronaldo, 5. Ragnick, I'll probably give him a 5, because really, as much as it wasn't his fault, he keeps picking these players, and also he didn't make substitutions. And Lingard, I'll probably give him a 5. He did fuck all, same as Elanga. I mean, really, just give him a 5. Really, I don't really notice them, honestly. Yeah, really, it's just another shit performance today. In the second half, the first half was good. It was decent. We should have been 2 or 3-0 up, but I don't care about the first half because it's a 90-minute game. I'm just really, really disappointed by that. You know what? I think I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna put this on YouTube so that you can watch this. But yeah, I'm really. How long is this? About 60 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, let me end it here, because we're shit. What can I say? We're just absolutely crap. It's the same, good in the first half, and then the battery just dies in the second half, Anyway, like, I really, when I say, I want to go watch Donny van de Beek for Everton, I really feel sorry for players, who are actually, it's weird. We play players in the first team that are actually, worse than the players that we bench. Like, our bench this so far, it's crap in my opinion, but before the January transfer window, I thought it was decent, and I can't believe that we actually, I really watch some of these players, and I'm just like, I cannot believe that, players that leave Man United are actually better than the players that are staying behind, because the reason why is very simple. It's because no one wants our shit players, because they would rather stay at United. And these shit players don't have any plans to leave the club, either because they're just into money, or either because they actually believe they're it, even though they're not. Because if they actually are it, we probably would have won a Champions League, a trophy by now, We would have been competing for that stuff. We wouldn't be getting stuffed by Watford and Leicester and Liverpool, and I mean, any single team can. I thought Southampton were the better team today, even though we had the same possession as them. I thought they were the better footballing team. I know Southampton are tactically much better team than Burnley. They are an energetic team. They are, they well organized. They just technically better than Burnley. So I knew that it was going to be a difficult game, but I honestly think that is not an excuse, but I'm not really surprised. I wouldn't. We play Brighton on Tuesday, or was it Monday? But we play another game on Monday or Tuesday. I mean, what? We'll bloody drop points? I mean, God, if we make top 4, I'll look back at this and be like, how the bloody hell did we make top 4? Because we've been shit this season. We've been absolutely crap, And as for, what, I'm going to stop, because I'm not going to talk about Ronaldo. Really, he should have scored today, but ultimately, how many chances did he get like that today, But anyway, he wasn't good today as well. But I'm not saying he wasn't good, but he was not good today. I don't think, for people to be getting 6 out of 10s and 5 out of 10s is appalling, Like, I can't remember a game where at least our team has gotten, at least the minimum is 7 out of 10. I don't think anyone this season, I don't think there's a game this season where every single player has at least gotten a 7 out of 10, and above. Everyone's either been getting 5, 4s, or 3s, or 5s and 6s, and we've just been, there are 1 or 2 players that have been good, but then the rest of the team just been crap. It's just pathetic, really. It's just absolutely pathetic, the result. But and we're just an inconsistent team. We are a shit team with shit players, whether if their footballing ability is good, I mean, their mentality is weak, It's very weak, if only if you guys could actually see the amount of stories that are being leaked out the club, about the coaching, it just shows that you can't coach players who have a weak mentality. You know, when they keep leaking things out, they're just shit. You know, mentally and you know, ability-wise, some of them I question them. Like, you know, like I always question McTominay ability-wise. As much as he's playing out of position, I genuinely think he's not good enough to play for United. You know, same as Lingard. You know, I mean, I can forgive Lingard. You know, he wanted to leave this January. You know, I mean, he's running his contract down. But again, you look at some of these players, you know, and you're like, why did you, as much as the coaching may be shit in the last like 5 or, you know, recently, you know, and now Ragnick is, yeah, there's a decent coach, you know, I do question these players sometimes. And I'd be like, okay, some of you guys are good, but some of you guys, why are you here? Like, why do you want to be here? Like, it took us forever to get rid of Marcus Rojo. I mean, he never seemed to be bothered about, you know, leaving or anything. Like, we just have weak-minded players. You know, we crumble. Like, as soon as Southampton equalized, I just knew, okay, here we go again. We're gonna bloody draw this game now. You know, we just cannot string a goal together. You know, I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. Really, yeah. I say I'm gonna end it, but really, it's just pathetic. Honestly, like, I'm not disappointed because I mean I know we're shit. It's just, it is what it is. Really is what it is. I mean, you can't build anything with shit players, you know, and you know, who don't have the right mentality, you know, who have proven that, you know, their mentality is not there from the leaks in the last 2 months, you know. I think I'm gonna go and find a way to watch this Club World Cup. I'm gonna watch Everton. I'm gonna watch Liverpool tomorrow. Go watch other football teams because really, we do not deserve to be in a top 4 race. Like, I cannot emphasize how so many teams have games in hand and yet we cannot string a win. You know, we can't capitalize. You know, I'm telling you now, we're going to finish 4th because other teams are shit, not because we're good. I genuinely do not believe that we will be good. You know, I don't believe that we will play good football between now and the end of the season because the evidence is just not there. You know, we just cannot play good football. Forget about the results. You know, we know we can win games. I mean, I've seen us beat Chelsea 4-0 playing shit. You know, but you know, my thing is that our football. You know, and we've got a coach. I believe that we've got a manager here, even though he's an interim. But you know, we've got the systems there. But again, over the last 2 months, you know, you hear that Rangnick. He puts video assistant, and you know, he makes videos for the players to watch in their own time, you know, and what to work on and stuff. And then apparently there's leaks where they get too much homework, but then they criticize him for his coaching. But so it's like, what do you want then, you know? Like, what do you want? Honestly, it's just shit coaching and not shit coaching. Sorry, I'm thinking about Ollie's tenure. It's just shit players with shit mentality. You know, that's what it is. You know. I think I'm going to end it there. I've been saying that for like the last 5 minutes now. But I'm just fuming, guys. I'm really fuming about this result. You know, it's not good enough. It's absolutely not good enough. You know, we cannot maybe be in a top 4 race and drop points to Burnley, Southampton. You know, and as much as we get top 4, I'll still say it's a shit season. Because again, I don't give a shit about top 4. You know, what does top 4 mean? It's like Arsenal. I remember we used to banter Arsenal fans in like the last 10 years for finishing 4th under Wenger, you know. It's happening to us now, you know, because what happens when they finish top 4? Our owners just get money, and then that's all they care about. Really, they say that they care about investing in the club, but they don't. You know, they absolutely don't. You know, but you know what? I'm not even deflated. You know, I'm just really, I'm scared. You know, I'm really scared that we're gonna, you know, I think if we don't make top 4, I think there's gonna be a mass exodus. In terms of good talent, you know, I think we'll be stuck with McTominay. I think we'll be stuck with Maguire because no one is stupid enough to pay the wages. I think we'll be stuck with like, you know, we'll be stuck with these average players who are just average at best, you know, who are not Man United quality. You know, I think that's what's gonna happen if we, you know, I think Ronaldo will leave. I think Cavani's leaving. Pogba's leaving. Okay, I really don't consider Lingard as a talented player. I think he's not good enough anyway. You know, I mean, Bruno will start to question what the fuck is going on here. I mean, you know, David De Gea, he's been a servant to us, you know, but why should David De Gea now take more shit, you know, from this club? He's been here for 10 years and he's won Player of the Year more more times than any other flipping player in the team in the last 10 years. So it just shows you when a goalkeeper's winning player of the year a lot of times. It shows you there's a problem in our team, you know. What else? I mean, it's just pathetic today, honestly. The result is disappointing. It's not a surprise for me because, you know, favoritism is what is gonna pull us down, you know, and some players need to get dropped, you know. I think Maguire needs to get dropped, you know. Rashford needs to get dropped. You know, there are players that keep on playing, you know. McTominay needs to get dropped, even though there's no depth in that midfield today, you know, because Matic and Fred are out. But even them, I don't really give a shit. But he needs to be dropped, you know. You know what, I'm gonna end it there because I think there's some things I do want to say, but it's not really related to today's game. It's just a wide spectrum of things, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna go and flip and do something. But yeah, peace.